Recently, I had the opportunity to purchase someone's coin collection that had a whole bunch of pretty slick, as you can see, wheat cents from 1909 to 1959, and they had some other years thrown in, as well as a pretty low-grade Buffalo nickel album. Now, these are not the main purpose of this video today. Along with these books, they showed me a picture of a whole bunch of other foreign coins and other nickels and pennies they had in a big old bucket from a burlap bag. That bag is right here. And when I saw the picture of what was in here, they dumped this bag out into a bucket, showed me that it had some what looked like some full rolls of wheat cents, along with a whole bunch of other things like V nickels, Buffalo nickels, wheat cents, some common stuff, some foreigns, and some other tokens and things like that. I figured I'd buy it all. So bottom line is I spent $150 on all of these, and whatever's in here. And we're going to see today if I did good or if I did bad. Stay tuned for a copper and nickel hunt, along with what I think is some foreign coins as well. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said in the intro, I got a little coin collection here. I want to start off by just quickly showing you how poor of condition the coins in the Lincoln Headset album is. Although there are some nicer ones towards the back here. And of course, none of these have been looked at for any varieties. And whenever I buy Lincoln small cents like this in an album, I always double check all the key dates, which we're missing a lot of them. And then I double check to see if we have any of the major varieties on any of the coins, which I haven't done yet. And then the Buffalo nickels are also not in great shape. We're missing all the better dates, none of the early ones. And yeah, even the more later years are just barely respectable. So what I think I'll do with this album is I'll probably take whatever Buffalo nickels are in here, plus part of my personal collection, and see if we can upgrade a lot of this and make this a better album, as well as this set back here. I know there's a lot of wheat cents in here, and I think there's the Indian head cents as well. So I'm super excited about this really heavy bag here. Who knows what's in here? He said he had some other stuff from a drawer that he tossed in. So pretty heavy duty bag and some other goodies. I spent $150 like I said. I think the first order of business now that I've shown you these is to kind of set them aside. Let's crack open this, let's dump it out and see what's in the bag. All right, I just started to untie it. Figured we'd kind of reach in here really quick. That's a roll of 1937 cents, maybe. At least that's what the thing says. I don't even know what that is. And just at first glance, hey, look at this. We actually might have a little silver in here. Some Mexican silver. I think these are only 10% silver on these pesos from 1959 to 1964. I know there's some foreign stuff in here. And yeah, we got some foreign stuff for sure. And we even have a Luxor casino token. Yeah. All right. Let me get this dumped out really quick. It's a lot of stuff in here. And yeah, it's going to take a while to go through. I'll try to condense this into a fun video to watch, hopefully, and not bore you with every single bit of thing we have in here. Holy cow, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Another roll. Another damaged roll. We got another roll here as well, 1930. It'd be crazy, that's a whole roll of 1930 Wheaties. 1929. 1934. 1919, really a whole roll of 1919s? 1917, if that's a roll of 17s, we'll check for some DDOs on that as well. And yeah, that's it. Holy cow. Take a look at this. This is a lot. I think what I'm gonna have to do first is get all the foreign stuff set aside, because I don't want to do a foreign hunt right now. But if I find anything that's silvery, for sure, we'll set it to the side. And yeah, there's even Indian head cents. Like I said, there's all kinds of goodies in here. This is going to be a fun hunt. All right. Let me get all the foreign stuff out of it. All the casino chips, things like that. I'll get all the miscellaneous stuff out of it. Put this in a foreign jar and then see what we're left with. Maybe I'll come back with a sort or pre-sort of the nickels to the side. We even have silver nickels in here too. All right, this is going to be a fun one to hunt. I'll be back after I have my first initial sort done. And man, that's a lot of goodies. 1 hour later. Well, it's been over an hour and the initial sort is done, I'll tell you. I ran through here a few times to make sure I didn't miss. Well, nope, we still got some foreign stuff that's peeking out. But I went through this just a little bit ago and I saw this in there. And for a second, I thought it was a 2.5 gold dollar, but it's just a 1/10 ounce silver replica. Man, that one got me for a second. But over here is potential silver stuff I've got to sort through. We've got some large pennies or British pennies right here, some half pennies here, a couple of older Canadian nickels. Looks like a couple of copper or bronze Roman coins. Got to validate whether or not they're fake or legit. And then something else I haven't identified yet. Looks like it's very old and I've seen this before, but I can't recall what it is. This is all the proofs and clad stuff and just some other things that were in there. Some odd stuff, even a lucky penny. That's all the buffaloes, the V nickels, and even the silver nickels I put in there. That's all the rolled stuff. I actually added to some of my already existing foreign coins. So that's not all the foreigns that were in here. That's probably 2/3 of that was what was in here. And then this is, from what I can tell, unless I'm missing some more stuff as I sort through it, this is all memorial back, wheat cents, steel cents, and a bunch of Indian head cents. So next step is to go ahead and get them sorted, put all the wheats in a jar, take the memorials out of here, and then get the Indian head cents in a jar and see what we got as far as those as well. So let me get on that. I'll be back with my next sort when I have this cleaned up a bit. All right, we've got all this sorted. We got a lot of 1960 and 60Ds. I don't know if they just didn't know the difference between large and small dates, so we'll go through those. A couple of other coins in there as well. And again, this is just all the non-precious stuff. Of course, I'll be taking a look at all those for any varieties as well to see if I need any of the proofs. We ended up getting a few more Canadian pennies in there. I found a blank foreign planchet maybe. I don't know what that is. But that's all the wheat cents. Pretty good sized jar. And I was surprised. Quite a few Indian head pennies. Maybe 150 or so in there. So I'll be going through those as well. Everything is sorted initially for now. I'm tired. I'm going to take a break, get fresh eyes. It's going to be a long hunt. Hopefully it's going to not be a long video. I'll try to cut it down, but I've got a lot to look through to see if we have any key dates or better dates and any varieties. I'll be back. It'll be tomorrow, but it'll be the next minute for you guys with the next sort. And I think what I'll do first is hold off on the pennies. I'll validate the silver ones in here and give you guys a silver recap. Look through these really quick as well as the nickels and get those put away, kind of clean up the area to save some time for all of the small cents. I'll be back when I see you, unless I find something great before then. All right, I'm back. I validated that all of these are silver. We have 10% Mexican silver. We have 50% Mexican silver. We have some 92.5% sterling silver that is from Canada. We've got some other Canadian 90% silvers. We've got Dominican silver. We got Indian silver. We got Australian silver. Yeah, so we got some silver over here. Definitely was cool. Only 2 coins that I had pulled out that I wasn't sure if they were silver or not. They were 10 and 5 centavos from Mexico from 1937, and they weren't. Got some Roman coins. I'm not going to identify those for today's video. Went ahead and gone through all of the proof coins and stuff over here and put those away. And we have this coin under the scope. First and foremost, it's a 1939 second year Jefferson nickel. So, of course, I looked for the mint mark, and it doesn't have one, so it's Philly. It is heavily cleaned. And here's the bummer. Heavily cleaned. Decided to check it for the DDR. And take a look at this. It is the DDR. It is most certainly the DDR. You can see all the doubling on 5 cents. Hard to see because it's been cleaned, but it's there. And on Monticello as well. You can see how fat the letters are, especially the 0 or the O in Monticello. So definitely the DDR. FS 101, and it's a shame because it has XF to maybe low AU details, but it's a clean coin. So it's a shame. It's nice to see. There were 3 1939s. This is the only one that was the DDR, and of course, it's a clean one. Either way, we'll take it. It's nice seeing a variety right off the bat. Told you now that I was going to get to the nickels. So we're going to go ahead and knock out these nickels. Actually, I'm going to switch out the mats. Get my nickel mat over here. We're going to run through these nickels, see what we got in silver, see if we have any better dates, and see what we got as far as buffaloes and V-nickels as well. I'll be back with a recap of that unless I find something sweet before I'm done. All right, quick sort on the nickels. We have a total of 8 silver wartime nickels. A lot of 43Ps, but no DDOs or DDRs, nothing like that on the silver nickels. We'll get those sleeved up. A nice assortment of Liberty Head V nickels. No 1912s with a DRS mint mark, but 1912, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No 1905, but we have 04, 03, 02, 01, 1900, and then an 1897 and in 1893, the 1897 and 93 are slightly better dates, but they're pretty slick or not in great shape overall. Still, I'll make a Liberty Head V-nickel starter lot for somebody since we have quite a few dates there, and I'll check against my personal collection of extras to see if I can fill in any of the spots. That being said, it's time to go on to the Buffalo Nickels now. We do have the Buffalo Nickel here album, but let me go ahead and get through this first, and we'll just sort it and see if we have any better dates, and I'll put the nicest ones on top like I did here with the Liberty Head V-Nickels. All right, quick update. Finished going through all of the Buffalo Nickels. Only one dateless Buffalo Nickel in the bunch. I was able to decipher dates on all of these. I put the best ones on top. I filled up the book as far as slots that needed to be filled that we had from the loose ones, and I upgraded or changed ones that were incorrect or were not as nice. So the Buffalo Nickel album is only missing 15 Buffalo Nickels, the 31S, 26S, 24S, all very tough dates. We've got the 1919 Denver being missed, the 17 Denver, 15 S&D, 14 D&P, all the 13 type ones, and I actually have some of these in my personal collection. So let me see if they're decent enough to put in here. I tried not to have any corroded ones in here unless they were just like this, and I just had to leave them in here for now. But I haven't gone through my personal collection yet of extras to quickly run through and see if I can upgrade a few more, which I will do because I've got to roll these into my collection now that they're extra. And yeah, no key dates, no really better dates, and no varieties, but the album is looking pretty nice. Let me go through mine, do a final upgrade here, get those rolled up, and then we'll move on to the Indian head scents next. All right, I was able to add 2 more nickels, a 1913 Raised Ground and a 1913 Denver Raised Ground. So we only are missing now 3 Buffalo Nickels, and I upgraded 3 more. So this is the best Buffalo Nickel album we can get from what we got today. We'll put it to the side. Can't get mad at that. We also have quite the starter lot of V-nickels. I was able to add 3 or 4 more to that. I think there's 16 different V-nickels. I already put the silver nickels away. That's the miscellaneous silver from the hunt. The V-nickel extras are here mixed along with my other stuff. That's the poker chips. We're not going to run through those for today's video. And inside of here was nothing but 40s and 50s wheat cents that I dumped into here to do the wheat cent hunt along with the rolls. That's the foreign stuff. We're not going to worry about the Lincoln head scent upgrading this album from this stuff today. We'll get to that. But right now, I want to change out the mat. We're going to go through the Indian head scents and see if we can upgrade any of my personal collection and or if we have better dates or how big of a starter lot we can make from those as well. I'll be back once I get those sorted and on the penny mat. I'm running through the Indian head sort. We've got all the 1900s other than the 2 S's from 1908 and 1909. And we're starting to work on the 1890s and 80s. And take a look at this. I pulled 2 back-to-back great coins out. Here's an 1879. That's definitely not a common one. It's not in great shape. I wasn't even going to film it, but literally 2 coins later, look what I pulled out of here. That's a decent 1869. And the 1869 had a low mintage. And on top of that, it's usually triple figures and even low G4, G6 conditions. And based on this condition, I don't think it's been cleaned either. I don't think it's been cleaned. It doesn't have full Liberty or anything, but I do see some letters of Liberty. Let's put it under the scope. I mean, we got the LI kind of peeking out in Liberty, and we got the TY. You can kind of see the tops. So there are some letters in Liberty on this. We have some detail as well. Personally, I think this is probably a high VG, maybe a VG 8 or 10, possibly an F12. And if we were to get a fine on this coin, that's a couple of $100 easy. So this by itself This coin by itself almost paid for the entire lot, to be honest. Between this coin and just the silver alone, I think we got some of the money back in this lot easily. But anyway, man, wasn't expecting to find a couple of these. We'll see if these upgrade my personal collection. But anything before 1880, you start getting into the more valuable Indian head cents. And we got 2 already with all these still to go. I'll be back with another update or a recap of the finds here in a moment. All right, we finished with the Indian head cents. No S mints 08 or 09, but we have all of the Philadelphias from 1909 all the way down to 1889. Then we don't have an 1888, but we have an 1887. We're missing some years. 1881, 1880, which is corroded, a nice 1879, and then the find of the hunt, the 1869 with mostly of the Liberty letters showing, or most of the Liberty letters showing in the headband. Not a bad set of coins here. I haven't put the nice ones on top. I'm going to grab mine for my personal collection, my overstock. I'm going to make a nice Indian head starter lot. We'll see how many we got there, and I'll bring you guys back after I've done that, because all that's left after that is to go through the wheat cents. And by the way, I did notice I missed a memorial back in here, which I might have a few. But either way, I've got to go through the wheat cents. We'll see how long this video is after I get this done. If it's a long video, maybe we'll make it a part 2 with the wheat cents. I'll have to see, because that's a lot to go through, especially for varieties. I'll be back after I recap the Indian head cents starter lot. Well, the Indian head cents were awesome. We have a total of 15 plus 10 is 25, 27 different dates, 1869 and 1879. I was able to upgrade my 1869, which is right here, for the one we found today. These are the 15 older dates, but take a look at how nice these more modern ones are. That 1900 is a borderline one, but there are some absolute beauties in here. 1901 looks pretty dang good. I know I'm zoomed in really close, so I'm going to pan over them. But yeah, 1902, 1903, 1904 has full Liberty as well. 1905 full Liberty. 1906 partial Liberty, also has some environmental damage, of course. And then a beautiful 1907, 1908, and a beautiful 1909 better date. Again, no San Francisco's. Either way, 25 different ones from one lot. And then, of course, we can offer those separately since they're a little more expensive. So pretty good on the Indian head cents overall. And I added almost 3 full rolls of them to my personal collection. It was 2 rolls and like 31 Indian head cents outside of these. So if I add these in, we had over 3 rolls of Indian head cents from today's purchase. Can't get mad at that. 150 Indian head cents. Man. All right, let me get this put away. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick peek at how long this video is. That might call it. If it is, I'll come back with a recap, and then we'll set up part 2 down the road, which will be the wheat cents. All right, unfortunately, I took a quick peek at my footage, and we're going to be over 20 minutes, or just around 20 minutes, without even touching the wheat cents, and that by itself can be over 10 to 15 minute video. So I think what we'll do is we'll worry about the wheat cents in part number 2. For part number 1, just a quick recap. We had some foreign and some miscellaneous stuff. I just mixed it with my other stuff. I still have to go through that from the other hunt. This is all the non-silver stuff unless I missed something. So maybe that's another video down the road. All my Buffalo nickels I've already put away. These are the extra V nickels. These are the extra Indian cents, the casino tokens, the Roman stuff here. We'll get to the wheat cents. The best finds is a Buffalo nickel album only missing 13 Buffalo nickels. We got that DDR, although it's cleaned. We got a 16 times different V-nickel starter lot with I think 3 or 4 pre-1900. We got the 1869 and 1879 Indian head cents. One upgraded mine, so definitely will take that, and I added mine to this. 25 different starter lot Indian head cent from 1880 through 1908. We got some silver as well, and we had some nickels that were silver, as well as some other copper and miscellaneous proofs that I've already put away. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this bag of goodies search today. Again, I know a lot of you are fans of wheat cents. We'll get to that on the next video. Didn't want a 30-40 minute video today. And hopefully, based on what we found today, we find some goodies in that hunt. If you did enjoy this video, I certainly would appreciate the thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.